What's good, y'all? So before we get into the video, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up to show your support, and if you haven't already, go ahead and hit the subscribe button to join the family. So let's just get right into it. So I know y'all are like, Taryn, what in the freak happened? Like, what's going on? What's going on, sis? Like, what's going on? Okay, y'all. I already knew after I had been gone from my actual apartment, like the one that has my name on the lease, that there would be a lot of questions. Last night was actually the very first night I actually slept here. Me and Bailey have not slept here since sometime last week. I had been sleeping at Labria's house, at her apartment with her and her cat. I'm just saying. So yeah, did I get that? Yeah, so I have this towel on. My shirt is wet because I actually did like a deep treatment. I used, hold on, super cholesterol, because y'all already know I straighten my hair a lot and I flat iron my hair a lot, and it just endures a lot of heat, and I don't wear my hair natural because I just don't like it natural. Like, I feel it ain't. Maybe one day it will be natural and I will be in love with it and all that fun jazz. But yeah, I just washed it out before I recorded this, and I'm thinking about doing another one because y'all, like, if you can't tell, I got waves now. And when baby was like 2, I had like quarrels, like, you know. But anyway, so let's rewind the tape. What happened? Why did I move out of my apartment just to basically come right back? Okay, so all of this basically started happening a week ago. So a week ago, I was feeling like really weird. I was like, something in my spirit is very unsettled. You know, like, y'all know I love Jesus like this. Like, we close, okay? Like, super close. And so I was like, something don't feel right, something ain't right. Like, and like I tell y'all, my siblings currently live with me. It's not my ideal of happiness. I'm gonna be honest with you, y'all. Like, I personally don't like roommates. I don't like living with people. It just ain't for me. And I found this out years ago. When me and Bailey's father were married, he had one of his homeboys living with us. So I don't like it. I don't like having roommates. And that's like when things kind of first started. So I don't like living with people. And I went from, you know, living at home when, you know, I was a teenager and stuff. I didn't like living at home. Like, I'm just not the type of person who likes living with other people, because with other people you have to endure other energies, you have to endure other spirits, and if that person ain't right, your home is not peaceful and it's not your home. So me, my brother and sister, we don't really live the same kind of lifestyle. We don't agree in a lot of things. Like, we just, in my mind, don't need to be living together. Like, period. Once this lease is up, I'm done. Like, living with folk, I'm done. So anyway, let's take it back. Let's take it back to the fact that I previously told y'all my sister stay here sometimes she don't stay here. She's real in and out, real like my sister. Like, this is just who she is. She'll stay here, and then she just has a different aura and different energy that I don't agree with. Like, our energies don't go. They do not go, because hers is very oppressing and just very, like, not that she's oppressing, but like, it's like she walk around with a cloud over her. And those kind of people who walk around with a constant black cloud over them, it's kind of like, I really don't want you here. Like, I love you, but I just cannot. I cannot. And I love everyone in my family. My family is dysfunctional as heck. everybody in it, even me sometimes. But I love them because they are my family. You know, they're family. So anyway, she had been here off and on, and last week she was kind of more around than usual, because usually she's never here. Like I said, she's doing whatever. And so I had prayed over the apartment, you know, whatever. And I'm trying to make this video as short as possible, so I'm trying to give y'all detail without like just doing too much, you know. So anyway, I had prayed over the apartment, and then I had been gone running errands, doing stuff, you know, because I go back to school very soon. So I was just busy. So I get home, and it's just me and Bailey in the apartment. I want to say it's like 8:30, 9 o'clock. I don't remember, it's somewhere in that time. And so it had been raining pretty bad outside. Me and Bailey in the apartment, so it didn't really matter to me. But yeah, so my sister pops up, you know, she comes in the house and she brings her stuff in the house per usual. Yeah, she's here. And again, I just feel like something in my spirit is not right. I'm just like, something's wrong. Something's wrong. And so she, in the Austin area, they don't really like do bags, plastic bags. You have to buy reusable bags, which is like just a thicker plastic. But anyway, so she had some of those. She left them on the table, or the table was, because I got rid of it. But anyway, so they were on the table, and I walked past it because I had to get to the laundry room. And so by the corner of my eye, I saw something, and there was a lot of things in the bag, but that's the one thing that stuck out to me so much. And it was just like, so it looked like, if y'all have iPhones, it looked like the box the iPhones come in, but it wasn't that. I knew it wasn't that. So I walked past it. I walk past it again, and this time I look in the bag. Like, this time I want to know what I saw out, you know, the side of my eye. Look in the bag, you guys. I see tarot cards. I don't know about anybody else's house, but in this house we serve the Lord. Period. Sorry, that's, you do what you want. Your house, this house, Lord only, Jesus Christ, Lord and Savior. And sorry if I say so a lot, I just do, it's just a natural habit. But anyway, I see the cards, and of course I'm like, why do you have these cards? Like, the box is black. It has, you know, a lady on it, and it literally says which cards. Last time I checked, God don't talk through cards. He talked to you. Period. Jesus died on a cross for our sins, therefore we could be closer to God. What you need this for? So I immediately told her, hey, you gotta get that out of here. You gotta get that out of here. I'm not doing that. And so she's eating, so she's like, okay, I'll put it in my car. And I'm like, now. Not when you're done eating. Do it now. Before I take it and throw it in the dumpster. Do it now. Right now. Like, stop what you're doing. So she, you know, just rolls her eyes, goes grab them and put it in her car, and she comes back in. And so immediately I start questioning her. Like, to me, is that something you're practicing? Like, what are you doing? Like, people get on social media and see all these different practices, right? This new age religion, right? And they want to be like, oh, okay, well, let me do that. They start buying crystals and tarot cards and Ouija boards and all that. Y'all, that is under all of the same caliber. No, that's dark. That's all dark. But if that's what you believe in, like, whatever. Ain't my business. Had an attitude or whatever. And so I started questioning her, and I'm like, is that something you practicing? Like, what would possess you to like start dabbling? And that's pretty much what it is, dabbling with those kind of cards. And she was like, well, I've been studying African culture, and you know, a lot of that's what they did back in Africa and blah 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 blah. Just give me all the reason. Y'all, I don't know as much as I should about African culture. I really don't. It's not something I really look into. I'm just gonna be completely honest with you guys. But I'm like, that don't sound right. Like, no. So I take upon myself, I start Googling, you know, because all I know is dark, you know, and that's all I need to know. I don't need the details. But I want to see where it originated from, since that's what she's claiming. So I Google it, y'all. This is a European thing. Like, this ain't got nothing to do with Africa. It ain't got nothing to do with none of that. It's all European. And I'm just like, okay, so you're a liar. You're a liar. So what you really got going on? What you really doing? Because you can't stay here if you gonna do that. You don't even know where it originated from. What is going on? Fast forward, we start like in text message going back and forth, and y'all, she gave me 3 different stories. So I love my sister, I really do, but she is a liar, and she's very untrustworthy. And so we've never had a good relationship, even as children. Like, we got the same mom and daddy. Even as children, we never had a good relationship. She was very, very mean to me. And you know, siblings are mean to one another, but y'all, she done some real evil things, like when I was a kid, to me. So this is like 25 years, because I'm about to be 25, of, yeah, I don't trust you and I don't fool with you, because you cannot be trusted. So yeah, let's wrap it up. She told me 3 different stories throughout the whole night. And when y'all saw the video of me dropping off Bailey to her dad, I hadn't slept. Like, I literally think I fell asleep at 4 o'clock in the morning, because the whole situation blew up. Like, it was yelling, screaming, cussing. It was a hot mess. And when you don't have no peace in your own home that you pay the bills for, it is not something that settles well. So needless to say, she claimed she wasn't doing it. I feel like I honestly don't trust her, because she's never been a kind person to me, ever. Like, literally ever. And I don't know what her vendetta against me is, because of the fact of, like, all I did was be born. That's all I did. I didn't ask to be here. Like, we got the same mama and daddy. Like, you should probably take it up with them. Like, that's all I did. So from the moment I was born, she didn't like me because of that. When I got a little older, she didn't like me because, I'm just saying, I was a bitch. And I wasn't the nicest, because I'm like, you didn't torture me all from like a baby up until what, now I'm a bitch, I guess. Yeah, because now I'm being mean back. And you know, now that I found Christ, it's because I'm a Christian. So let's just add it all up and just say you don't like me. Just say that. Like, I'd rather you just say that than giving like because you're a Christian, I don't like you. Just say you don't like me, because you've never liked me. You've known me literally my whole life. You just don't like me. So it is what it is. You can blame it on that, but whatever. So yeah, we pretty much, I left the apartment. Like, after I dropped Bailey off, y'all see I hung out with Labria, and that's where I was up until last night. And I was coming to prepare the apartment for me to like move out. Like, the plan was for me to move out of this apartment and move in with Labria until me and Bailey found an apartment for us to move into. That would have just been us. So my planning was to break the lease here and just save some money living with Labria, and then me and Bailey move into our own apartment and just starting off fresh without the nonsense. And so I was kind of feeling bad, because my brother he would have been like injured in the crossfire. What is that, like, because you're here, like, you just, you know, or whatever. Which me and my brother don't really have like issues. Like, we don't agree on much of anything. Like, you know, he in my mind, he's still very young and very like influenced. So he's still like trying to get his grounding. At age 21, you don't know anything. You don't know no better like of anything, period. So we get along in the sense of there's no bickering and there's no pettiness. Like, we're not petty people. If we feel some type of way, we're probably gonna talk to you about it. We're just gonna have that conversation. But it's not to scorn one another. Like, that's just not a relationship. I'm not gonna intentionally try to hurt him. He's not gonna intentionally try to hurt me. And it's just always been like that for us. So, you know, when you have siblings, you have a separate relationship with each one of them, and that's just what it is. Period, right? So he was gonna have to go find somewhere else to live, because of course he could not come with me and Bailey to Labria's apartment. Like, no, like, sorry. And I was feeling real convicted about that. And honestly, I wasn't sure what to do. Y'all know that I am a person, or at least if you've been following me, if you're a new subscriber, I'm a person, I don't move unless God said to move. Like, I can't do that. It's just, you know, like, unless he like gives me the a-okay, like, hey girl, let's go, pick up your things, let's ride out. Like, I ain't gonna do it. Even when, like, every aspect of my life, if it don't sit right, it ain't right, period. Can't tell me otherwise. So it wasn't sitting right to move in with Labria. Like, I love Labria, y'all know that's my best friend. I absolutely love her. I wasn't vlogging around this time, but even a few years ago, me and Bailey did previously live with Labria for like 3 months until this apartment was ready. So it just kind of, you know, we've been friends for a really long time, y'all, like since 2014, 2013. So we've been friends. It's 2020, y'all. We've been friends for a long time. So anyway, God was just like pulling it in my spirit, like, don't go. And mind you, my sister had moved her things out, so she had already left. I should have been okay by then, but you know, I still was like, nah, I ain't doing this. I'm moving out. I'm saving me some money on some rent, or whatever. So, but God was like I was praying. I was really like communicating with God, y'all. I'm very intentional about my relationship with God. And what he wants me to do. And he was giving me such a strong conviction, even though I was trying to ignore him. Such a strong conviction to not move. Stay in the apartment. Stay in the apartment. And I was like, yeah, I ain't trying to hear that right now. Like, basically, I was packing my things. So that video y'all watched, that was like 3 minutes. As I was doing all of that, packing all that stuff up, he made it very clear. He said no. So, without getting into all the details, because I don't really like to, like, my relationship with God is my relationship, and I find it very, like, private. But in the midst, I was in an apartment, and he was like, I told you not to move. Like, clear as day. Y'all, when you get purposeful in your relationship with God, like, he'll just, oh, you don't hear me? You don't hear me? You hear me now? And he said, clear as day, I told you not to move. I said no, you know? And I was like, I don't know why we sit here and try to ignore God when he know we hear him, and we know we hear him, and like, he still, why we do that? You know? But anyway, so I was like, okay, whatever, like, I'm still packing my things. And it wasn't until I went to Walmart, I had got these tubs, you know, the plastic drawers, because I am getting rid of my dresser. I've been saying I'm getting rid of my dresser. I had bought 2 of the plastic drawers, and I was sitting in the parking lot, and I was like, man, I cannot move. Like, this conviction within my spirit is just so much, like, so much. So I need to pray. And then, like, the Holy Spirit reminded me of a scripture. I'm gonna try to put it down here, but basically, a scripture said, don't worry about anything, but pray about everything. So I'm literally sitting in the parking lot of Walmart, and I just start praying, like, God, please, please, please Please tell me exactly what you want to do. Send me like a sign. Do you want me to stay? You want me to go? What you want me to do? And so I go into Walmart. I grab the like drawers. And the conviction should have been enough. The conviction not to leave my apartment should have been enough, but it wasn't enough. For me, like, I am very hard of hearing, and sometimes I think too much. I'm like, God, did you say that or was that me? Like, which one? Who was it? Who was it? Okay. So anyway, yeah, I get the drawers and I pay for the drawers and I'm about to walk out of Walmart, and I get a text from LaBria saying, hey, bad news. And I was like, you my man, thank you. Thank you. I already knew, like I already knew that this moving in with her was a no-go. Not saying there's anything wrong with LaBria. No, I love her. Actually, go check out her channel. It's Lovely LaBria. Go ahead and subscribe to my girl. But it wasn't right for me and Bailey. You see what I'm saying? Something may not be like toxic or it may not be a problem. LaBria is a wonderful person, but God was telling me, no, Taryn, you ain't doing what I'm telling you to do, and this is what you need to do. Because he already know our futures. He already know what he got planned for us. So there's no need for us to just be out here wilding and confused and lost and all that. So the conviction was very strong. Came back to my apartment. Oh, so yeah, she hit me with the text. She said, bad news. I already knew. I'm not going to display what it was about, but essentially she has to move out her apartment, which was a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, and into a 1-bedroom, 1-bath. And that works for her because me and Bailey were only going to be staying in the apartment with her temporarily. So it didn't really make sense to be in any kind of ways when God was already like, hey, like, I got something going on for LaBria, and you need to stay your booty over here and do what I tell you to do. So yeah, like, very strong conviction. And that's kind of how I'm back in my apartment. Now, me and my sister have not spoken. I haven't seen her. I still be praying for her because I love her, but like, I can't support that kind of lifestyle. I don't want it in my house or around my child. My brother, he's obviously relieved that he ain't homeless and gotta look for somewhere to live. Yeah. But yeah, I just want to like really like update y'all. I want to sit down and have this conversation. I didn't want y'all to have to like try to piece it together, all these other ways and avenues and all that, because I didn't want to leave y'all in that suspense, okay? Like, I wasn't trying to do that. So things have settled down completely. Me and Bailey will be in this apartment until the lease is up, and when the lease is up, we will be moving into another apartment in another direction. And hopefully I can share more of that. So yeah, right now I am going to run to Ross because I need a new notebook, a new journal for my morning time. And yeah. So you guys, this video was definitely not intended to bash anyone. I know my family is dysfunctional. I know it's toxic. I just pray for us, because families should not be like that. Definitely pray for our family, because I don't want it to be like that. So you guys stay blessed, you guys stay encouraged. Know that all of y'all love and support is very welcomed, and I appreciate everything. You guys did not click on this video by accident, by no means necessary. So go ahead and leave a comment down below. I love engaging with you guys. So you guys stay blessed, you guys stay encouraged, and you stay in the word, honey. Bye.